There's no way there's reds in here. There's no way there's fiber in here. The texture is too nice. It doesn't sit up on the walls. It's very, very good tasting. Ironically, we were wrong.
Welcome to PricePlow.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to PricePlow. Today we are feeling green, and it's not because yesterday was 420, but because tomorrow is Earth Day and Ghost is releasing Ghost Greens. Now, if you remember back in December, Mike and I tried out this flavor, lime. We had an awesome time trying out that. We kind of even theorized what might be even in the formula at the time based on the texture, taste, and just our experience with greens. And Ghost, as always, pleasantly surprised us and showed us that they can flavor and formulate some incredible stuff and you not know it in the flavor. If you haven't checked out the actual formula, we did a very, very deep dive on our blog. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, there's a lot of different ingredients in these blends here, and I'm probably not gonna get to every one here. I'm gonna talk about the overarching concepts and themes of greens, reds, prebiotics, fibers, probiotics, and what they do. If I went through every single ingredient on this product, we'd be here for a very, very long time. And I don't think many of you would think it's very interesting. So for the most part, I'm gonna keep it to the concepts of what the categories do. It is very cool because Ghost is fully disclosed. They have every single ingredient dosed out on here, even in the blends. So it's really nice because in most of these greens products, I mean, in a 6-gram blend of fruits and vegetables, you normally won't see each individual dose, the wheatgrass, the barley grass, the pomegranate juice, stuff like that. So it's nice that Ghost went ahead and made sure that they stuck to the fully transparent themes of their company. So thanks for doing that, Ghost, for being one of the few that we've seen. And without further ado, let's jump in and talk about Ghost Greens. Super Greens is the first blend in here. Some of these are trademarked, some of these blends are not. I do know that Mike, Wilkie, and Dan actually went through and sourced every single green in here. I think the reds too, probably, specifically. They also worked with, obviously, the probiotics. It's a Ghost probiotic. They worked with BioCore to create that. So a lot of this is kind of custom made, which is a little bit different than what some other companies do. Some other companies use trademarked ingredients that have studies already for them. Ghost kind of went on their own and did their own little thing for a lot of these. I think both are pretty cool ideas. This is kind of cool to jump in on and talk about. So greens as a whole, we know them for being high in micronutrients, but they pull in a lot of other interesting things as well. Reds are more higher on the antioxidants than the micronutrients. That's gonna be where they shine. So for greens, some of the main things we're looking at here are vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K, as well as some other micronutrients like minerals. We've got some spinach in here, which is obviously going to be high in manganese and magnesium. The big thing about this, like they've joked about, your mom would be proud of you taking this, is that you are kind of bridging the gap. In today's day and age, with the food that we're consuming in America, a lot of the soil is overused, a lot of the food is lacking in micronutrients, or we just don't eat our fruits and vegetables on a regular basis. There's stuff in here like broccoli, alfalfa, astragalus, oatgrass, barley grass, wheatgrass. You guys have tried those wheatgrass shots, probably, hopefully not actually. These stuff is all going to bring in very important micronutrients that you're not really getting on a daily basis from your normal bro diet, or if you're a flexible dieter and you're eating your Pop-Tarts and ice cream to get your carbs in, you're definitely not getting these in on a regular basis. So this is basically going to bridge the gap between what you're getting and what you should be getting. Greens are also high in lutein, beta-carotene, and a few other micronutrients that have been shown in greens to slow cognitive decline over time. So again here, guys, this is not like a pre-workout where there's going to be specific ingredients that I'm showing you actual studies on what these things do. This is just going to cover a large span of micronutrients that you're probably missing in your diet. Last one here that I want to touch on is the organic spirulina, which is actually an algae. It is very, very high in antioxidants, usually left out of a lot of products. You're definitely not consuming spirulina on a normal basis unless you're more of a health nut. So this is something that is lacking in a lot of bro diets, and it's going to be just a nice little dose in here. You get 500 milligrams of it added into your diet. So taking this every morning, you're actually going to have it back in your diet. That algae is going to help out with a lot of antioxidant things. That antioxidant is going to help out with health boosting, as well as getting rid of free radicals in the body. With the training that we do, the exposure to bright lights like I am right now, TV screens, monitors, stuff like that, all these antioxidants can help with combating the normal things that we do throughout our lives that introduce free radicals and just keeping us healthy and extending the longevity of our lives. Now, reds are a category that are often overlooked in products. If a product is named greens, it usually doesn't have reds in it, or they'll claim reds on the actual label, but it's usually pretty lacking. Ghost gave us 2,200 milligrams of reds here. They're obviously very different than the greens. Greens usually, being algae, vegetables, stuff like that. Reds are gonna be much more juices from fruits. So we're talking about like acai juice, pomegranate juice, blueberry juice, which is, it's a purple technically, but cranberry juice, I can't pronounce jabuticaba powder, camu camu juice powder, aronia fruit powder, organic nani, organic goji berry. So these are all going to be very, very full of antioxidants. We're going to find various anthocyanins as well as polyphenols across this blend, such as lycopene, quercetin, zeaxanthin. These things are going to help out with things like eye health, mitochondrial production, bioavailability of other micronutrients like vitamins and minerals, and reducing oxidative stress in the body. So overall, like I said again, we are kind of combating the normal damages that we cause on our bodies living in a modern culture with technology. Our food is kind of lacking or bringing some things that, if you're not running absolute carnivore keto like Mike is, sometimes some of the processed foods that you get and you're putting in your body can bring in other harmful factors. So Ghost Greens is going to help combat all of that. Now, Spectra Blend finishes off the fruits and vegetables blend. We have seen Spectra a few different times. Caged Muscle really put it in their pre-workout. Started off with that a while ago. Spectra combines a ton of different micro doses of just small ingredients, like you see coffee arabica, broccoli, camu camu again, garlic, basil, oregano, cinnamon, carrot, elderberry, blackcurrant, sweet cherry concentrate, raspberry. It's just stuff overall, just overreaching, tons of different areas. This is coming from Futureceuticals, who makes S7. S7 is for a specific purpose for pump, which has kind of been contested. But as far as Spectra goes, they're not really making many performance claims here. And it's pretty obvious that if you're getting in all of these different microdoses of different fruits, vegetables, sources of high amounts of micronutrients, it's going to be healthy for the body. Not really many claims to dispute here as far as like the pump does for S7. With Futureceuticals Spectra, I'm pretty happy with the blend. I like what it does, and I think that it's useful for a lot of people who are maybe on a bro diet, flexibly dieting, or not really focusing on their fruits and vegetables on a daily basis like most busy Americans are. The complicated factor of fruits and vegetables ends here, and we move into the gut health blend. Now, Ghost has given us here 2,225 milligrams of a few different types of ingredients here, starting off with inulin, which is a prebiotic from chicory root, which is a long chain of fructose molecules. Now, don't be afraid. I know fructose gets a lot of unfair criticism. Mike is not really a big fan of it. I think it can be useful, but in this case, it's actually not even being digested by the body. It's being seen as a fiber and passing straight through the intestine to push through all of that undigested food that we need to get out. So it's going to help really not only move the meal, but the body actually also responds to it extremely positively. This ingredient can significantly increase digestive health for the body, which is, we all know, is going to enhance all sorts of absorption and health for the body. We know that the gut is the second brain of the body. The healthier that your gut can be, the better you're going to perform. Overall, you're going to digest your food better, you're going to perform better in the gym, and you're going to recover from your workouts better. You're just going to feel better, work better. Everything about this is just going to make you better, which we're excited as just not only sports enthusiasts and athletes, but also people who are busy individuals with jobs, going to school, or whatever. Moving into the Ghost Probiotic, which Dan let us know actually was a collaboration with BioCore. Ghost gives us 150 milligrams of probiotics serving 10 billion CFUs, which is, it's not a huge high dose of probiotics. It's not so much that you might run the risk of actually getting stomach distress from it, but it's also not a small dose either. So it's a nice dose to be getting in a daily amount. I'm not going to get really too far into these because, to be honest with you, there's a lot of research to go through these, and I can't even pronounce half of them. But I do want to touch on the acidophilus, I actually said that right, I'm pretty impressed with myself, has actually been shown in multiple studies to really improve digestive health, and it actually also can work in combination with some of the digestive enzymes that are also included in the blend, which you're going to move into next, which is the BioCore Optimum Complete. This one here is another just group of a few different digestive enzymes, kind of like the probiotics, where they're going to all work in different ways in different places. Things like amylase, protease, glucoamylase, lactase, more protease, lipase, acid maltase, and peptidase. A lot of these names kind of actually hint at what they help out digesting with. Like obviously protease helps out a lot with protein digestion, which is kind of probably going to be the most important here for active individuals. Protein is not the easiest thing for us to break down, especially if you are like lactose intolerant. There's also lactase in there to help out with lactose, as well as amylase, which helps out a ton with breaking down carbohydrates, which is probably the highest amount of macronutrient that most of us are getting in. So overall, this wide spread of different digestive enzymes is going to help us break down the food that we're putting into our body and actually digest it and use it more efficiently. And that's it. The formula is kind of complicated in itself if you start to actually get into the nitty-gritty of each ingredient. I am, just like I said before, I can't spend all the time going through every single ingredient. This video is already 14 minutes long and I don't want it to be twice or 4 times as much. So if you want the full breakdown, Heather did an incredible job going in on almost every single ingredient on our blog. I'll link that up above. You can go check that out. But for now, I wanted to jump in, give you a quick idea of what each blend is for, give you highlight a couple things in each blend, and let you know that it actually, I mean, it's one of the leading greens products in the market, if not the best. This year we'll actually have to sit down and do a top 5 greens products, which is going to be the first time we've ever done that. But overall, it is probably also one of the best tasting. I'm not going to taste this for you guys today because we already did the lime flavor on the channel in December. I will link that if you want to go see our thoughts on it. It's actually pretty funny because Mike and I in the video are saying there's no way there's reds in here. There's no way there's fiber in here. The texture is too nice. It doesn't sit up on the walls. It's very, very good tasting. Ironically, we were wrong. There is fiber, there are reds, there's probiotics, digestive enzymes, much more than just greens, and it still tastes amazing. So during this quarantine time, this stuff is not going to protect you from the coronavirus, but this stuff is something that we have been focusing on in terms of improving overall health and not just performance like we normally talk about. So guys, thanks for sitting through my long rambling video about all these fruits, vegetables, digestive enzymes, and probiotics. I know this is not interesting. I know this isn't even really my normal wheelhouse, so I apologize for the extra stuttering or having to reference some notes. This probably was obvious. So in any case, guys, thanks so much for watching this Ghost Greens video. If you have any questions, comments, you can leave them below, or you can check out our PricePlow.com/ghostlifestyle site for all your news, reviews, and interviews. In any case, guys, thanks for watching and have a great day.
Welcome to PricePlow.